Masha Korpacheva is a California-based realtor and a member of the National Association of Realtors in Los Angeles. She's an advocate for selling and buying homes with soul and practicing mindfulness in real estate. With master's degrees in spiritual psychology and linguistics, Masha brings all of her skills to work with her clients. An intuit and empath, she has touched many lives with her outstanding ability to see beyond the visible and helping to come to better understanding of issues and their resolutions. An adventurous world traveler, from climbing Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania to exploring the Galapagos Islands, Masha has a particular passion for the City of Angels. Having landed in this paradise and adopted it as her home, she's been sharing old Hollywood stories since 2007. This podcast is an invitation to feel and experience the souls of famous old Hollywood homes and to have an in-depth journey to the areas where they're located through interviews with longtime residents. Either you're a fan of old Hollywood in Los Angeles, planning to have a vacation, or, an even bigger step, considering a certain area for your future home. This is your opportunity to receive valuable information and insightful advice you won't find anywhere else. In the mood for California, feel the soul of old Hollywood.
Hello, and welcome to my podcast. Are you in the mood for California? Today, we're exploring and feeling the home where Marilyn Monroe used to live. After that, we are going to meet with an Emmy and 2 Golden Globes winning producer, who is also a life coach and a wonderful human being, CHERYL Bloch. She lives within walking distance from Marilyn's last abode, and she will tell us what it feels like to live in this coveted and gorgeous place, and why she chose to buy a home specifically in that area. And now, are you ready to feel the soul of Marilyn Monroe's house? It was a lovely spring day in the City of Angels, and I was on my way to see a very special house. I had my hair done, put on a beautiful dress, and as a final touch of my makeup, I applied red lipstick. Everything inside of me was trembling in anticipation of what it was going to be like to walk through the doors of that property. Right under my feet, at the entrance, I saw 4 tiles with a phrase in Latin, Cursum Perfitio, my journey ends here. How interesting, I thought, and the feeling of coming home instantly enveloped me and carried across the threshold. A small living room with tiled floors, pitched ceiling with exposed wood beams, a modest fireplace framed with Spanish ornament, an arched entryway to my right. The moment I stepped in, I felt as if someone gave me a long, warm hug. Anybody who likes my house, I'm sure I will get along with, I heard a voice from distant 1962, when Marilyn Monroe bought her first and only home. 4 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms. At roughly 2,600 square feet, the house was extremely quaint and cozy inside. Wood beams on the ceiling exuded warmth and relaxation and made me feel very welcomed, while the sky was playfully peeking through some of the skylights. Certain design elements selected by Miss Monroe were still present there, as if stuck in time and not willing to go anywhere else. The property is located on more than half an acre of land with mature trees, citrus grove, and lush greenery. Marilyn herself planted an herb garden when she first moved in. A teardrop-shaped swimming pool looks like a sparkling jewel adorning the spacious courtyard. Built in 1929, this hacienda had been awaiting Marilyn for 33 years, and she was almost 36 when she bought it in January 1962 for $35,000. Before that, Marilyn had moved more than 40 times, and supposedly it was her psychiatrist's advice to put down her roots, and she followed it vigorously. She was so adamant about making a home for herself. She even traveled to Mexico to purchase authentic furniture, art, and tapestries, which continued to arrive when she was no longer alive. What would her life have been had she committed to purchasing a home sooner? Last time, this property was sold for $7,250,000 in 2017, and right now, in 2022, the estimate is close to $9 million. This amazing property is located in Brentwood, a neighborhood of Los Angeles close to Westwood and Beverly Hills on one side and Santa Monica Beach on the other side. This area is known for great homes and many celebrities living there. And here we are. Welcome to Brentwood. Our trusted guide in the area, a longtime resident, CHERYL Bloch, is going to share all of her secrets with us. Hello, CHERYL.
Hello, Masha.
Welcome to my podcast in the mood for California. I'm very excited to have you here with me today. And I would love to hear, some of your secret stories and your interesting, things that you have to say about Brentwood.
Thank you for this opportunity.
So why did you choose to live in Brentwood?
Well, I moved out here in 1980, just graduating from college in New York, and we started on like 10 blocks from where my home is now, and it just immediately felt like home. So it was the first place I came to live, and Brentwood just felt, as a New Yorker, very conducive to walking. And I could get to stores and coffee shops, and Dutton's bookstore was thriving back then on San Vicente, and a grocery store. You could walk and bring some groceries home. It felt local and accessible. And it felt like a really special neighborhood. That's what I love about Brentwood.
Very nice. Wow, that sounds really wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And so how did it affect the quality of your life when you bought your house there?
Well, it just changed everything because I finally felt I had landed and grounded myself in the home I'd been looking for my whole life, in a perfect place to raise my sons and be married and have family come and visit and entertain. And again, it's very accessible. So when people visit, or even my children, there's a lot of things to do without getting in a car. Mm-hmm. And I really still admire that, and a lot of independence. My home is an old Spanish 1927 house that has been beautifully restored and maintained, not redone, with original tile and stencils, and everything is authentic. And it just makes me feel like I have history in California, but I'm not a transplant here. This home was very grounding.
Yes, absolutely. I understand. Yes. And you have a very beautiful home. And I know it's almost like a human being in a way. So,
yeah.
So we go to my next question. What does your home mean to you? What is the heart of your home? And maybe you can tell us a little bit about your favorite place, where you like to spend most of your time.
Yeah. My home is, like, I realized when the fires were coming a year ago, I packed up a few things, and then we didn't have to move them, but we waited 4 hours, and then I took a nap, and I woke up, and I thought I would never leave this home to the fire. This is my partner, the home. It's been through so much with me, marriage and raising children, family. I had my father live here in his later years, friends and dinners and ceremonies and wedding even. And it's really been, it's been by my side, this whole place. And from the day that I found it, I leased it for 2 years first. And I walked into the courtyard, and the charm just embraced me. And every time I walk through the courtyard and go to the front door, I feel that charm and that gratitude. There's something very special and welcoming about when you go through those doors. And I didn't even go upstairs before I said, yes, I'll take it.
That's amazing.
Instant love affair. How will you say that?
Wow, love at first sight. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's how the energy of the home kind of like drew you in. That's so beautiful.
Thank you. And I think my favorite room is the kitchen area, even though I'm not the greatest cook, but I'm great at coffees and a lot of things to do. But I'm not a super cook, but I manage to make great, I experiment and feel playful in there and do. But what I love about the kitchen is it's all original tile and it looks out into an open area for like a breakfast area and then out into the garden. So, and there's a bird bath that I put 15 years ago I found, and I keep it filled with water, and I have a little porcelain fake bird, and all the birds come and look at the porcelain fake bird and study him. Is it okay to get in the water? And it's the sweetest little dance. So standing by my kitchen sink and remembering my boys growing up here, friends over for meals, family times, but having this bird bath right outside my window just is, again, charming and endearing and connects me back to why I love living here.
Oh, that sounds just wonderful. Wow. Very, very nice. And how does the place where you live correlate with your professional life? Is it easy for you to get around to where you need to be, maybe to the office or to various meetings?
Yes, I'm a working woman for 30-something years, even while I had raised my children. And it's very easy to get to Santa Monica, but the 405 is really easy. And usually I'm going the right direction to get to it on Sunset or Wilshire. So having the 405 to get to the 10 or to even to the 101, where I worked in the Valley for a long time, you can go either direction. It's very accessible. And I found it central, but it's also nice that when you come off the freeway, you're back in a neighborhood, welcoming neighborhood, Brentwood. Even the Brentwood Village up at Barrington is so beautiful. The gas station is probably the most beautiful gas station I've ever seen. I recommend everyone go to Barrington and Sunset and see that. And the pharmacy is so charming. The same people working there 40 years. So it's very neighborhoody. The scale is just lovely.
It's beautiful. Well, you did mention that you brought up your children in your house. And how easy it was for you to bring up your children in this area specifically. What is the school rating? So would you say that the schools are good in Brentwood?
Well, they're wonderful. And they have a lot of choices. There's a school up on Sunset in Barrington. There's schools in Santa Monica, which my sons went to when they were younger, to preschools there. And then there's schools in Mar Vista where they went to. There's like 10 schools circling this area, all within, and all different kinds of schools. It depends on what your kids are like and what your family's like. But I'm talking private schools. There's also really good public schools, Palace Place and Santa Monica High and Brentwood. So you have a lot of choices and very eclectic families, I have to say.
Sounds like a really, really wonderful area. And you made the absolutely right choice for yourself when you moved to Brentwood.
Yes, my kids are really proud and happy that we found this place. Love coming here.
That's the best, really the best. And now that discussed where you live and the area, I have a few very quick questions that I would like to ask you just about your favorite local places, if you don't mind.
No, I'd love to support them.
Okay, perfect. So what is your favorite local store in Brentwood?
Well, I love the Country Mart. It has everything from a post office with really stylish stuff with all different pop-ups, designers popping in there. It has the place called the Farm Shop, which is a great place to take takeout or eat, but they also have eclectic things other than food, like linens and tablecloths. There's also Turpan, which is a great show. You get a lot of, there's Goop, there's Velvet. You can get clothes. The Country Mart is extraordinary. It's an experience, and it's like a barn. And of course, it's changed over time. And it's the sweetest post office. There's something about it that just feels, there's history to it.
I understand. Wow, that sounds wonderful. Like you can spend the whole day there and not being bored.
Definitely. There's a Cafe Lux. You can walk there from my house. Again, that's 90% of what I love about living here.
Yes, it's very special to be able to walk in Los Angeles area.
There's also a wonderful farmers market on Sundays now in Gretna Green and San Vicente.
And you can walk there as well?
Yes. Yeah, it takes 10 minutes.
Wow.
Walking back, you can't carry too much, but
that's perfect. That sounds perfect. Okay. You like coffee, I would assume, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
There's an Alfred's that is fabulous. There's a lot of good coffee and iced matchas and all. There's Cafe Lux, either direction, 10-minute walk, 15 minutes maybe. And then there's also Alfred's on San Vicente that's really fun to sit outside, and San Vicente in Montana.
Well, I'll have to stop by to try their coffee.
Cafe Lux is really sweet too.
Very, very nice. Great. Okay. Where can you take the best photos that will make your area recognizable right away?
The Country Mart is symbolic now.
Mhm.
It's a destination, like the real opened a store literally across the street. There's all sorts. Louboutin shoes are there. It has high end, low end. That's what I like. So you can take pictures of that. I think that the Veterans Home is also recognizable. It's a beautiful place down San Vicente. San Vicente is a very cool street. It goes from the beach through to Westwood, and that's really the heart of Brentwood is San Vicente. So anywhere along San Vicente symbolizes Brentwood.
Mhm. Okay. Yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful street for sure.
You know what's really special about it actually are the coral trees.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. I love coral trees.
Brentwood people support it, take care of these trees, and they're really well maintained. And it's beautiful to run along San Vicente.
Yes, very, very nice. Beautiful. Okay. Is there a place in Brentwood from where you can see the sunset?
Oh, there's so many. First of all, it's down on my street. I love my street because there's no sidewalks.
Mhm.
There are 3 streets, Anita, Media, and Carmelina, and they're very neighborhoody. It's not like a grid like Santa Monica. And we are a 5-minute drive to the beach. But if you walk north of Sunset, you can see all the way up a hill, just north of Sunset. It's like a 40-minute walk. You see the ocean in Santa Monica. On clear days, you can see out to Palos Verdes. You get a beautiful, it's a hill, not too hard. And you get an overview for the sunset. Or you can just jump in the car and drive straight down San Vicente for 2 minutes and be at the Ocean Ave and sunset. And it's just the sweetest. You're at the end of the line there, it feels like.
Right.
The Pacific Ocean. And
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds wonderful. Okay. And what are the best streets to go for walks in your neighborhood?
La Mesa is incredible. It's right off 26 in San Vicente. It has the most beautiful banyan trees you ever want to see. There must be like 30 of them. And it's a very magical walk. That's my favorite street to walk down.
La Mesa. Okay, I'll take a note of that. Well, CHERYL, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to talk with you about Brentwood. And thank you very much for sharing all these wonderful things about your home. And that has been your favorite relationship for the past 30 years. So it's wonderful when you feel this way about your home because it becomes, in a way, part of you, something like very grounding and almost like becomes a part of your identity when you live there for that long. So, and you have a beautiful home and you're a wonderful human being, and I'm very grateful to have you as my friend.
Got you. Thank you so much for this opportunity too.
Thank you very much. Thank you, CHERYL. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed experiencing Marilyn Monroe's house and getting a feel of Brentwood with our special guest, CHERYL Bloch. Please press the like button and share your feedback for the podcast. Your time and support are greatly appreciated. CHERYL shared with us that Brentwood is an area that is very conducive to walking and expressed how local and accessible it is. When she bought her house there, she felt very grounded, and it turned out to be the best place to bring up her children. She likes going to Brentwood Country Mart with the farm shop, Velvet, Goop, Turpan, and the post office. Remember to try coffee at Alfred's or Cafe Lux. Take photos along San Vicente Boulevard with coral trees. Go for a walk along La Mesa and catch the sunset at the ocean. Next time, we are traveling in time to 1920s and landing in a lovely area of Los Angeles, Las Feliz. Frank Lloyd Wright is awaiting us. See you there.
In the mood for California, feel the soul of Old Hollywood.